What up, y'all?
What's up, y'all?
Little,
Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday vibes. Indeed, it's a beautiful sunny day. Very good, productive day. We were on a team call for Boxem actually for a while, which is pretty cool. Going over a lot of the features we want to bring for you guys as well, and just overall strategy in terms of continuing to improve and innovate, adding more analytics, other types of features that are going to go hand in hand and help you guys grow your business at no incremental cost.
Yep. Lots of cool stuff. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. We're getting excited. You guys will be too once all that starts rolling out.
Yeah, big time. And like we were talking about yesterday with ASD, it was cool to actually meet a bunch of Boxem users in person, basically for the first time since it's been outside of the one-off.
Yeah, great to hear the feedback. Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Maisie? Behold, cool. Andrew. We had a couple of you guys hanging out early today.
Yeah, I got a little trigger happy on the Discord out there too. What's up? Okay, here we go. Hey guys, I have a question. So yeah, y'all, any questions you guys got that can help you grow your Amazon business? Let us know in the chat, y'all. Hey guys, I have a question. Some websites receipts do not have their address on it, and Amazon wants those infos for Ungating. Any recommendation? Yeah, so it's kind of weird in that like Amazon sometimes will still accept that type of stuff. So for example, certain receipts you're going to get won't have them, as you said, BC. Give it a couple submissions anyway. It pretty much validates that somewhere works if that's the only place that brand comes from. So for example, Walmart stuff, typically from my experience, does not have that on it. However, the brand only comes from Walmart. Therefore, and I've used Walmart, so therefore we know that Walmart works, guys. So you kind of learn that Amazon will bend their own rules sometimes. Although if you have a choice in terms of what's going to get approved the quickest, you want to use the one with the best purchase documentation. So for example, Under Armour, Puma, hopefully Nike and Adidas, when those are back, are phenomenal through soccer.com because soccer.com gives excellent purchase documentation.
Yeah. Or the brand's website themselves if you want to test that out too. What up, Nathan? Armand?
Very good point as well. I'm gonna get the TikTok stream going.
Yeah, good question, Nathan. You got paid for a through Top Cashback on a canceled order. That's free money right there, Nathan. You take those. It's not the most common in the world, but yeah, try placing another order and see if it keeps paying out. There's a little
it's a big loop.
Definitely done that a little bit before on some sites where they cancel the order but keep giving you cash back.
That used to happen on Rakuten all the time.
Yeah, Rakuten, couple sites in particular. Yeah, test it out.
Oh, here we go. Do you have any video training about listing a product that is not listed on others? So basically creating a new listing. That can totally work. And actually, Garrett used to do it all the time back in the day. The problem with that is that Garrett was the one that was doing it. It wasn't me. I'm sure if you look up like how to list a new name brand product on Amazon, you could figure it out. It's typically very difficult though. And I probably wouldn't worry about it.
Yep, can't get. I mean, what
they're the
worst? Yeah, the worst.
Yeah.
The worst that happens is you get your cashback account banned, which they want to do anyway if they figure out you're a reseller.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to be using multiple portals like Rakuten, Top Cashback, etc. Like I know a dude who was hitting licks with Capital and Shopping cashback, which is crazy.
Yeah. Like Honey has cashback. Like most of the coupon extensions also have cashback.
Yeah, they're just looping affiliates.
But yeah, just rotate between like 4 or 5. You don't want to have a million because then it's like you got $20 and 15 different accounts. But
should I let Amazon reprice my listings? Not personally a fan of that, Jamel. Would definitely recommend instead using a like third-party repricing software. Not initially though. Once you got like 10 to 15 ASINs, Warren and I both have affiliate links and tutorials on how those work below.
Yeah, Amazon's repricer doesn't. They don't want you to make profit. They want you to make sales. Any third-party tool wants you to make profit, so you stick around, basically.
Yep. What's the sauce on looping orders for multiple units, or if a site has banned you? Yeah, so that's a tough one because like it's kind of like how much has a site banned you. So for example, Target is very difficult to get around order cancels. However, some websites you can do a certain limit of orders per day or a certain size of order or a certain frequency of orders or changing up certain pieces of information will affect it. And that's fairly confusing, but that's good if you'll take the time to get fluid at it. And if you're working with other sellers, sourcing with other sellers, because you guys can try to isolate those variables quicker. Now, in general, would not worry about order cancels until they happen. on certain websites. And if you do get order cancels, you should call the site and figure out if they're banning you for being a reseller or if they're just avoiding fraud, which is very reasonable for them to do. And then you'll be good to go. If it's just fraud, you get whitelisted.
Yep. SellerAmp estimated sales volume doesn't match Keepa data. Yeah, the Keepa sales numbers are missing anyone who's hiding their stock. So SellerAmp is going to be more accurate.
Yeah, which is, and in terms of hiding your stock, it's actually a pretty good pro tip Warner brings up there too. If you Google how to set max order quantities, Amazon FBA, you'll find a good tutorial for that.
Yep. Yeah, Phil, you don't need that. Just SellerAmp and Keepa.
Yeah,
Keep it simple.
Yeah, it's especially too because if you use a bunch of software, it can get expensive. So just SellerAmp and Keepa nice and easy. And if anyone wants a really good blueprint, especially relevant to back to school and some really, really helpful stuff, join us tomorrow night for the free back to school live training we got going on, guys, as well, which will be kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And the link's in the bio and the description for that. Yeah,
make sure if you came to one a while back, make sure you come through too. We got a bunch of like back to school, some new sourcing sauce we want to show you as well.
Yeah, especially like it's stuff that literally Warner and I have never shared, and I mean, really, no one's even shared, period. But that we don't share publicly anywhere else for free. So if you guys can join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, going to be pretty fire there. No leeway. I called Puma and asked for an invoice. They said they cannot. I don't have that option for me. Amazon wants that. What do I do? Yeah. So Amber, you never worry about what Amazon says, and you kind of just got to trust us that it's going to work. We have no incentive to tell you stuff that doesn't work. Don't worry about what Amazon says in those declines, and just professionalize and include as much documentation as you can, and then submit that over to Amazon. Damn, a bunch of you guys tapping in on TikTok. Y'all on TikTok, go up. If you want to learn step-by-step how to do this shit, we're on YouTube as well. I got a whole bunch of videos. I saw you in Brickell. Wait, hold on. Wait.
You getting stalked by somebody?
Wait, Dylan, I low-key think I recognize you too. Dylan, hit the IG DMs, especially if you play pickleball or basketball. Hit the IG DMs.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, Amber, good policy is listen to about half of what Amazon tells you on a good day.
You popped on in my For You page, and that's why it's popping on Amazon. I feel that. Do I reapply? Yes. Just change up the documentation name as well. Yeah.
Yep. What do you think about FBA in Hawaii? Should you work towards prep center? Yeah, I would do prep centers. It's going to be tough for you to be able to to ship all the way across the ocean, basically, and still stay competitive.
That's the insane thing, though, is that this dude FBA hustle back in the day, I low-key think he got rich off crypto, but he was pumping, bro, shipping USPS to Hawaii and then Chad shipping it off. He was doing wholesale, though, so I bet he was getting really cheap shipping. Low-key might have been palletizing stuff, too. And that's why I asked.
If you're water shipping, it'd be cheap, but then it's like slow. I don't know how you do that. Yeah, you got super slow lead times or something. Yeah,
only person I've ever seen do it. Yeah. I can't find any good products while reverse sourcing. Can you give me some tips? Yeah. So the cool thing is you actually are finding tons of good products. If you're looking at a good amount of people's storefronts, you just aren't finding them profitable yet. So you're not factoring in sales and coupon codes and discounted gift cards. And if you want a really good breakdown on how to do all that, come to the free live training tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we're gonna break down a lot of that. It's all the type of stuff where it's like, why is sourcing hard? Having trouble as a beginner, that type of stuff. We've seen every question in the book, and we answer it all on the free class. Can you read to arbitrage using just SellerAmp and Keepa? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's the only.
Yeah. You'll just use SellerAmp doing read to arbitrage because then you're like switching between apps. Otherwise, all the data you need is on there. Just like check the chart, see if it's consistent, that type of thing, and buy anything that looks good.
Cool. Okay, sweet. Are arbitrage profit margins lower than private label, or are the same? It's going to completely depend on how good you are, and that like your profit margin can be super high or super low regardless of business model. It's just what you'll like really get to it on, basically, right there. New seller, haven't sold anything yet. Nice to meet you, Jenna. I'm gated in everything I find profitable and getting discouraged. Any suggestions for beginner-friendly items that are not gated? Luckily, being gated is not an excuse to not make money on something, or not a reason to not make money on something. If you search flips for miles on gating, fields of profit on gating, you'll find a nice tutorial that breaks down how to get ungated, even if you have no sales history, Jenna. And in that video, there's going to be a gigantic list of auto ungate products as well that are going to automatically approve you. Like, for example, Jenna, if you go ahead and plug in a Stafford ASIN, an Athletic Works ASIN, a 32 Degrees ASIN, all of that stuff is probably going to automatically approve you right now. And that's all stuff I found profitable in the past week. So if you're a beginner, that's great stuff to get started with.
Yeah. And go back on any of that stuff you found profitably. Just buy 10 of them. Make sure the invoice matches your seller account and stuff, and submit that. That's what we do. You just buy something profitable and use that.
Boom. Exactly. Right. And that, like, a lot of people like to ask, like, what should I ungate for back to school? What should I ungate for Q4? It's whatever you find profitable. You know what I mean? Like, there's zero utility on gating something unless you found it profitable. To get influencers to promote our new listed Amazon product, there's so we're talking about like reselling stuff on Amazon, but if you need people to promote your product, like go on like UGC Twitter and you can find a ton of people probably pretty quick. There's a lot of broke influencers that need Hydro Flask. Al's didn't work. So there's not really such thing as like an invoice not working. There's just not submitting it enough. I've actually used Al's for ungating it, or in an authentic specifically there.
Yep. Recommended capital for retail online arbitrage. You can start RA with like 500 to 1,000. Have at least 1,000 to do OA, I'd say.
And if
we both started with a couple $1,000.
Yeah, and if you're lower than that, get your ass to the thrift store and sell books and get a job too.
It's time for some character building.
Yeah, which is, dude, that's underrated. That, like, dude, all of our friends that started with books, like, started out with it being so hard that you really learned the scale and built a lot of patience because books took a lot longer to sell. For the most part, it was
patience is the big one. Because you like, for me, I've been hitting books for like a year. I switched to OA. It's like, all right, it's fine if this takes a little second. Any of you guys who've done a business before, you understand that stuff takes time for you to kind of start understanding it. Anything that works is going to be hard.
What are some stores to start doing retail arbitrage in? Whatever discount stores you got locally to you. So like most areas will have like Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory. And then a lot of places will have like the outlets, Grocery Outlet is popping, Ollie's is another good one. And then any type of like local mom and pop type of vibes to grocery, pharmacies, etc. You should be able to find some arbitrageable products there. And the way you're going to find those SKUs initially is scanning everything.
Yeah. Turn 300 to 800, smaller ones are getting better. That's what's up, Omar. Keep it growing. Yeah. Now turn 800 into 1,500, $2,000, in a month or two, right? Keep the ball rolling there.
Can you sell tobacco on Amazon? I low-key think you need like a special license to sell tobacco. And
I know I've always been sus of that. Like technically we could go list like nicotine gum and stuff right now. I don't know about tobacco, but I've always been sus of that. Like there's got to be some weird stuff going on.
When they finish the Amazon loan, do they offer you another one? Typically, if you paid it off, yeah. From liquidation store, Amazon closed the listing application. Yeah, that's why liquidations aren't good.
Yeah. Usually those invoices are not legit. See, Kimberly said you had some tips on ungating rejections. Yeah, good call. So add notes to submission. Well, that's the whole screen right there.
That is. I had never seen, because Twitter allows you to do that, and I figured
that's cool.
It was going to be big body bends like that.
Yeah. So pause the stream or whatever. Take a picture of that if you need some if you need some ungating sauce. All that does work for sure. I've used pretty much all of that right there.
Do you have a video of what to look for if brands IP and Keepa? Yeah, if you search Flips for Miles Keepa, you'll see it on YouTube. However, it's typically just going to be the competition going like do plummeting randomly. That's going to be what one of those scenarios looks like. Yeah. Sorry, no, Kimberly, that was
you're dropping too much game, Kimberly.
Yeah. We appreciate it.
Not at all. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How many sales per month should your item be? Ideally, at least 30 is kind of what we both look for, Jared. And then it's a sliding scale. If it sells 30 times a month, make sure it's 60, 70, 80% ROI, right? If it sells 1,000 times, then you could look at 30, even as low as 25% if it's a low return category.
Yep, that's a fact. And the big thing is going to be making sure, even more than the sales per month, because sales per month can be very misleading, that the offer count on Keepa is ebbing and flowing to the point where you can see folks are selling out on that SKU.
Yep. Drake man use a 3PL for Q4. You can, but you'll end up having you'll end up making a lot more money if you FBM during Q4. Just kind of hopping on those opportunities as they come up, move your money faster, all that good stuff.
Where do you get boxes / packages for FBA / FBM? First of all, Michael, you just look like a Chad Scaler. List some shit FBM. It's gonna pump. So FBA, you'll reuse boxes from your FBA or from your OA orders, or buy them at Walmart. And for FBM, Walmart Uline for boxes, and then poly mailers from Amazon, 9x12, 12x15, and 19x24 specifically for backpacks.
For sure. What app do you scan for OA? SellerAmp. Yeah, SellerAmp and Keepa for that, for sure.
Do Crocs and Reebok give IP warnings? Seeing the suspected warning on SellerAmp. So that's interesting because I see a lot of people selling those. Personally, don't have any data on that myself. I do know that Croc sends letters, unfortunately, and I wouldn't recommend selling them as a result of that. However, a lot of big sellers kind of neglect those letters and just kind of do it. Golf Warehouse for Ungating, yeah, that'll work. I believe those are owned by
Dick's, right?
Dick's, I think, man. Yeah. See, now this is the cool thing. I know who you are, Swoop Man, because I remember that scenario. I remember that as we were leaving the South Hall. And next time for sure. And appreciate you tapping in with us too, man. Any way we can help, bro, you let us know. Just started. How can I get ungated? Search Flips for Miles Ungating on YouTube. Watch the tutorial. The good thing is that the beauty category is typically an auto ungate, and then you're just going to need to do the brand.
For sure. When's the next ASD? I mean, you can Google. I think it's March.
Yeah, I
see the dates there. I think it's March 9, March 10, somewhere around there.
2025 body. Let's see. Okay, it's March 9th to the 12th. That's a W from Warner. And then Friday, August 2nd, which is in a year. And then if anyone was wondering,
the March one's way less popular. You probably won't see.
Yeah,
we won't be there. There'll be plenty of other Amazon sellers to go chat with. It's not going to be a waste of time. But the August one's a little more popping usually.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was an overlap between ASD and Brick Fair this year, but we'll see it. Hopefully, there's not. Hopefully, there's not next year, so more y'all can make both shows. Yeah. After they've closed it, typically not. Unfortunately, Sandra, do you shoot for fast sales or higher ROI? Faster sales for sure. If you want higher ROI, books are going to be the game, but books are really tough to scale.
Yeah, you need to do both, right?
Facts. Yeah, don't pick one.
Get your fast selling stuff that makes you a little bit of money.
Yeah,
you move volume at that. Get your slow selling stuff that makes you a bunch of money. Nice combo there. No reason not to buy stuff that's profitable.
What happens if I get sales but my shipping is still not checked in? That means you bought a fire product and it's sold even when it was in back order, and you should probably buy some more and get them listed FBM. So that's a great that's a great vibe.
Yeah, basically Amazon couldn't find a buyer. Like no one was interested, or there was so many sellers that were out of stock and that type of stuff where you can get it with 2-week shipping or whatever it probably was when you're on back order.
What's usually faster selling stuff? Whatever has a low sales rank. Yeah. I'd say anything you could sell a couple of per day when you're fully checked in or available FBM is going to be good. Yeah. When selling groceries, should you do FBM? Actually, for a grocery, it's mostly FBA because it's super cash flow efficient. And there's no returns. And typically you're competing with wholesalers when you're selling grocery, and they're pretty much all going to be doing FBA.
Yeah, you'll see some FBM grocery listings, but they are usually doing some some shady things or drop shipping to get those margins. Yeah.
Cool. And we got 30 of you guys in here on TikTok. Y'all should tap into the free live training tomorrow too. If you follow me on my other social media platforms, it'll be at the link in bio. And I have several hundred guides on YouTube for free too. The best one being a 6-hour free course I posted about a week ago, which y'all should check out. What's a good investment? Anything that positively makes you money. Which in this case, in terms of like what a good Amazon product is 3+ sellers for the most part, stable or increasing price, stable or decreasing competition, under 150,000 sales rank, $3 plus profit per unit, 35% plus ROI.
Yep. How long does it take Amazon to approve the account? It's like you'll get a postcard in the mail, or you'll do like a video interview. Yeah. Usually like a week or two.
Yeah, where to get Lego ungated? Kohl's, any
Lego.com,
wholesaler. Yeah, Lego.com. Yeah, use keychains. Our fact, probably gonna have to do multiple orders. Thoughts on wholesale with 2K? Gonna be a little bit harder, or actually significantly harder. Do arbitrage if you only got 2K, just because it's not gonna make sense to do the amount of legwork required to get good wholesale products if you only have 2K to deploy on them.
Yeah, plus you probably get maximum 3 products out of that 2K. As a beginner, you're going to mess up on 25-30% of your products. It's just part of the learning process, and you don't want to lose, a big chunk of your startup budget. Test out arbitrage. You buy 3 to 5 units of stuff. Then once you're consistently making money, then you just start cranking up by like how much you're buying.
SellerAmp is fire, my best tool. Let's get it. I'm a full-time master's student. Is it realistic that I could be profitable within my degree program? So Jared, you're thinking about this in the context of like school, like needing permission, things taking a while. Fuck that. You can go to the outlet today. Go to the outlet today, Jared, right? So like theoretically you can be profitable pretty quick because the fixed costs to start are like $40 a month and then $40 a month for software too. So like, you could sell stuff tomorrow theoretically, right? So yeah, just get going, man. Figure if it's kind of your jam and get going with that. And that like, luckily you don't got to wait for anything. You can get going and be profitable quick.
Yeah, most sellers are profitable like 1 to 2 months in. It's just that initial software cost as soon as you're paying that off, and it should be really fast.
What's a tip to get buy box and keep it? And mine keeps switching between other sellers. That's just kind of how it works. But over time, you're on enough products that it's rotating to you enough to make some pretty good cash.
Yeah. If it didn't rotate to other sellers, then this opportunity would not be there for new sellers, right? You are grateful that the buy box can rotate and you can compete with billion-dollar companies and all that kind of stuff. You see them on the listings. Like some are even owned by Amazon. Like Zappos is a good example. You can share sales equally with Zappos. So you should be grateful that you can't hop on there and hog all the buy box for no reason.
What's better, FBM or FBA? FBM sub 10K a month, sub 20K a month. FBA above that, but it's not one size fits all. Like there's certain products that are lighter that are expensive, like $20 plus under £1 that are better for FBM, and then beauty products and smaller stuff tends to be super efficient for FBA. Just use what SellerAmp and the data is telling you. Does SellerAmp factor in? Yes. So you're gonna add that in your estimated shipping costs. Yeah. Can Target still up and Ungating? Yeah, all big websites.
Yeah, I've been hearing it. Target specifically has been working really well lately, which is interesting. Like back in the day, it was one of the ones that didn't work super well. Sense. Like now it's like the one that everyone's saying is like gold. So yeah, they're just like picking new websites and be like, yep, we love this one this month.
Oh, this is a good one from John. What if I'm researching a product and it has no buy box? If you can see movement on that thing in the offer count on Keepa, it's fine, man. Don't automatically avoid no sales ranks or high sales ranks, or no buy box, no Amazon on the listing or Amazon on the listing. If the Keepa chart looks good, take a look at it.
Yep. When Q4 hits, do you buy double the stock or only when December hits? I mean, usually you're just gonna like look and see what the Keepa chart did last year. See if the demand went way up. And just kind of take a rough estimate of that percentage increase in demand, right? You can also look at like the data offers tab from last year, see if you can learn anything that way. But yeah, it's not as simple as just like buy double. A lot of times with Q4 sales, it's buy as much as you can get your hands on because you're not going to see that price again until next Black Friday, that type of thing.
Yeah, and the market's going to tell you when to buy heavy and that you're going to get like the only time to buy 50 of something is when 22 sold FBM yesterday. And you're like, holy crap. Like, let the market tell you what you should be really hammering. You know what I mean? Keep a chart. Mark, watch some YouTube tutorials, man. Yeah, so it's KEEPA. Go on my profile and dig into my 6-hour free course, man. That'll put you on.
Yep. What brands? Doesn't matter, coach. Just buy stuff that's profitable and submit those invoices. Yeah. Whatever brands you find profitably are the ones you should ungate because you just submit from wherever you bought it.
So Caesar for that, it's just going to be 10 buy 10 of something also listed on Amazon from any big websites like the brand website or one of the big retailers. And any big website's going to work these days. What are Q4 starting and ending dates? The actual fact is October 1st to December 31st. The best days is going to be November 15th to December 25th. And the best days is going to be December 1st to the 20th. But it's also going to be whenever you have a shitload of really good stock, basically.
The Black Friday is always good as well if you got some stuff
buying,
in stock.
Especially too.
Yeah.
It's selling too, but mainly buying. Yeah, both.
Yeah, because a lot of those products, if you're crushing Black Friday, it means you could have been a little greedier two weeks from then.
Yeah, or you buy or you rebuy them Black Friday for the low. It's so ridiculous. Like when you're buying stuff for like $20 and then someone bought it yesterday for 50. Like it's just so beautiful. Right?
Yeah. How do you deal with Section 3? Have you done an interview for Ungating brand? Yeah, Section 3s they're just kind of like randomly assigned for new sellers to make sure the platform's safe, that type of thing. As long as you're buying from legit sources, I haven't seen anyone lose that Section 3, which is really nice. They just want to see like, are they buying their stuff from, Billy Bob on Telegram who's stealing it from the ports, or are they buying it from Target, who is obviously legit, that type of thing. And then as far as Ungating interviews, they just want to see your documents. So you just print out the document and have it ready to show on computer, whatever you got to do. Again, they just need to see that you're not buying a bunch of fake stuff.
Can I start off reselling my easy slides that are almost dead stock? Unfortunately, not those. The key is if you have like a shoe reselling background, you're going to be pretty good at this immediately here, Mark. But used items, don't really worry about those on Amazon. So it's not a good fit for. You need to have space for the boxes coming in. Well, you got to drive to work. Like you got to drive to work. You know what I mean? Like there's. Making money requires doing shit. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta drive to work. Like, there's stuff you gotta do to make money in every way at Barn Farm. You know what I mean?
I've never looked at Yeezys on
They do well.
Yeah, they do well. It's interesting. A bunch of the listings are broken.
Oh, in regards to high sales rank or what?
They're the bunch of them are split by size by color. So
Oh,
the
bro,
main listing must have
yeah,
gotten
yeah.
screwed.
Gotcha. Hey, it's probably making money though.
Interesting.
You can see like there's all types of those broken variations,
Yeah.
guys, where like you can still see movement even though the rank's 400K. Right. It's pretty interesting. Cool. All right, guys. So we're going to be on for the free live training tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Ton of info we don't share anywhere else for free. Also, just going to compress the learning curve for you guys on back to school and Q4 phenomenally well. So we'd really recommend tapping in with us tomorrow at 7 p.m. And let's get after it. Hope y'all have a great night. Talk to you guys soon. I'm gonna go eat some pizza.
Good energy. See you guys tomorrow night. So let's get after it.
Let's get it. What is suppressed? No buy box. Do not automatically avoid those listings though. No buy box can still totally be cool.